Guys, I was freaking out because of nothing. I think I'm gonna do this video probably in December when I have some other good news to put with it, stuff like that. Okay. Let me tell you how this really all started for me. I feel like something's always in my eye. Let me tell you how this all started. So a couple of weeks ago, I went to the doctor and I went there for other stuff that I need to get done for something else. I'll tell you what it is in a later video, or I don't know. It depends on when this one comes out. So in that doctor's appointment, I need to get paperwork filled out, so they filled it out for me. And I was like, they asked me about vaccines and all this stuff. And I personally said I don't want to take it. And it's up to anybody. I might take it in a couple of years. But for right now, it's not for me. I'm not going to say, because I have all my other vaccines in my life. I just want this to be more approved upon, whatever. You know what I mean? I want to get better before I take any first, to me, it's still in a clinical trial. That's, even though it's 2021, to me, it's still in a clinical trial. And that's how I'm going to take it for right now, because it happened way too fast for me, right? But you could also say, because it had more money than other things, that's why it got a faster rate of getting these things. It's not even the point of the video. So I went in, I was like, let me take an antibody test, because at least it will tell me. I never took a test before for COVID, right? So I was like, at least if I take an antibody test, I'm scared to hear either or, and I feel like I already got it. And but I don't really know, because I never felt sick to where, from what I see on the news and how people were in the hospital, in my mind, I know my God is able, but a lot of people who are church people, they died. So it's like, it's not like anything will happen to the just, it can happen to the unjust. And I believe it's in Matthew. Don't ask me what verse or whatever like that. So to me, no matter what happens to somebody who's a sinner or who's a holy person, it doesn't matter. Anybody can get sick, because sickness is not to one kind of person. It can happen to anybody. Let me see. Who's this? Who's texting me? Okay, somebody give me a link. So I was like, if I get the antibody test and it shows that I have antibodies, at least I know my body could fight it off. People around me, I know who had it, so I can't even tell when I had it and when not. I got really sick, but I got really sick a lot of times in this past year. But I get really sick. If you don't know, if you're new here, I have allergies, so I get really sick no matter what with my allergies, because my allergies so bad. Like I be coughing, sneezing. I be in bed, like I hardly can move. The most I could go to the bathroom and make food, take care of Katanya a little bit, and then go back to bed. Like I'm down for the count. But now I'm on medication, so I haven't had it's called hay fever, like hay fever reactions, because I'm the medicine I got from my doctor, which I'm so freaking grateful for. I got nose sprays. My other doctor gave me like 3 medicines, and then one would finish, like it's a 30-day supply. The other one would just be regular allergy medicine. And I think it was like a decongestant thing, and it gave me a nose pump. But this new doctor that I'm in, she gave me a nose pump and allergy medication for like oral, right? So I said, if my body could fight off the infection, that means I'm good. You know what I'm saying? So what I did, I was like, let me take the test. I think I had it, but if I don't have it, it's scarier to know that you had it. To me, this in my mind, this is how I see it, right? If I didn't have it, it's like, when it comes to me, am I going to be able to survive and be here for my daughter? That's what I think in my mind, right? My other thing is that if I did have it, my body fight it off. My other thing is that I'm a murderer in a way, because technically I had this disease and I gave it to other people unknowingly, not purposely. I would never go outside knowing that I had COVID and say, oh, let me go outside and hopefully just put on a mask and say, don't spread it to nobody. No, I'm going to stay my little dirty behind in the house and make this dirty sickness get out of me. And then when I feel better, after, they said 10 to 14 days, really 14 days of quarantine, then I can, come out my house, right? So that's what I'm thinking. Some people don't think like that. They be having this thing and they just go out in the public like, Mardi Gras, and they go to church and they go into these places, these public places where a lot of people are, and you get everybody affected because you're being selfish. I'm not that kind of person. So that's just me, right? So I did the test and come back. Even though I was shocked when I saw it says detected, because it said detected positive. It doesn't tell you that the when you take the antibody test, it doesn't tell you if you have COVID right now. It only tells you if you had it in the past. So you can have it at that moment, and you don't know, but it'll tell you if you had it in the past, because you can know you could get it more than one time. It's not like, it's like basically like a cold. You can keep on getting it. This is basically our life is never gonna end. It's a song that never ends. On and on, my friend. Remember that? I think that's Lamb Chops, right? That was a show back in the day. I think that lady died, but the Chop being dead, Chop is always living. Anyway, so I got the test and they told me it's detected, you're positive, and I'm like, I'm not gonna lie, when I first heard about it, I was kind of shaking a little bit. But the thing about it, I gotta think about it. These tests are from the past. That means I survived it. So, the prayer I pray, the things that I do, I take vitamin C, all these things. I try to do, my part. I'm talking about that. I'm gonna drink some tea right now. I'm gonna drink some tea right now after this video, and I do all these things to help myself. Kind of, granted, I don't eat as healthy as I need to eat. I know I need to eat much healthier, and I don't, and that's on me, and I need to get better at that. I try to do it sometimes. Sometimes I do it for like a short spurt of things, and then I get out of it, and I get short spurts again. It's just a hot mess. So when this was going on, whatever, right? So my doctor was like, come in on October 5th, and we could talk about this. And we could also talk about, getting vaccine. And she also, in our doctor's appointment, she asked me, do you want to take blood work? And I was like, no, because I prefer to dying not knowing that I'm dying of something. That's just kind of person I am. I know that sounds ignorant and dumb and naive, but it's like when you find out you're sick, especially a person like me, like other people could take sicknesses more better. Like I grew up having my eyes being bad, and I think I did pretty well up to a certain age. And then I got a phobia of doctors when if you watch my dental story, I think I have a dental story on here about the when I thought I was dead. When I was in the dentist's office, ever since I think it was like 2021, like 21, 22 when it happened, ever since then, doctors have been triggering to me. It's like I have almost like PTSD for doctors. So when I go in there, like before this, I don't think I had anxiety. I'm pretty sure I didn't have anxiety. But after that experience, I have anxiety with doctors. I breathe hard. I'm crying. I feel like I can't breathe. It feels like my heart is going fast. It's like a whole thing happening. And I'm very dramatic in general. So being a very dramatic person and having this is probably not the greatest combination of life, For me, I think it's all in the mind. For some people, it's like it affects your body and your mind. Some people it's just your mind, and some people it's just the body. When I freak out, it's only my mind, because you could tell because I usually, when I was pregnant with Katanya, I was going to the doctor literally every month. I would freak out every time I went to an appointment. My blood pressure would never be high. My blood pressure would be normal. So I know it's more of the mind, and it's not affecting my body, which is a good thing. But your mind is like the powerful thing in your body. So if that's bothering you, that's a problem. But if it affects my body and my mind, it's like I'm breaking down the same two places. It'll be just too much, So I'm grateful for that. You might say be grateful, but I'm grateful for the little things. So I have an alarm for when I'm supposed to pick up Katanya, but she's staying right after school, so I don't want to pick her up anymore on these. I need to change my alarm. So yeah. So she said, come back for my different appointment on a different day, October 5th. And I was like, sure. And she's pushing me. And the thing about it, before I had her appointment, I was contemplating, like, I know how to do this for KK. I got to do this for some other stuff. I have to make sure I'm staying alive for her. She's not 18 yet. She can't take care of herself. I got to make sure she's okay. She's fine. You know what I'm saying? So, that's what I did for her. That's what I did for her. Like, even when her school forced her to take the flu shot last week, which I didn't, because literally in that same week, the whole damn world shut down. So I didn't really have to take the damn flu shot. They said, I think 5-year-olds, kindergarten and down had to take the flu shot, because I guess they're getting the flu too much and it's getting like high risk in kids. But I feel like it's mostly usually 6 kids who get to figure this flu. It really affected them, because every time Katana got the flu, she would never be sick. Like, she'll be jumping around. She'll be She might have a runny nose, but usually you could tell she has the flu really if I have the flu. She's basically asymptomatic for these things. So that's why I also want to get the antibody test for her to see if she ever got the COVID, because we're very well. I'm not gonna say I'm very, because when I had the flu, I was out. When she had the flu, I think 2 or 3 times already since she's been alive, and she's been up and at 'em. So I don't know. So, I was contemplating, should I take these blood works? I don't want to see what's happening. I don't want to, but I'm like, the doctor was saying, you're so young that if you find anything now, it could be reversed and managed properly. And it's better if you could like manage things now, but then manage it when you're 45 and 50. It's kind of too late, you know. It's better to try to cure what you have now than try to cure it when is later, and which is very, very true, you know. So so what I did is I did the blood work. I didn't take the COVID shot, but I did the blood work. I feel like my body could fight it off. And right now, granted, I live in the wrong state for this, because in my state, you can't even go do certain things without it. But I'm like, New Jersey is right there, so I don't feel like, you know, a big push. Because from my house, I can get to New Jersey in like 30 to 45 minutes. And I think that's even pushing it. 30 minutes is even pushing it. Like, I'm talking about the first stop in Jersey, probably 25 minutes from my house. So I don't feel like, and that's not, if I was taking a car, how would I be a little, is this faster? No, I won't. I have to go through Manhattan. So hold on. Somebody's calling me. Yeah, girl. You up there now? I'm done. Hold on for a minute. I'm gonna talk for a minute. Hold on, right? Alright. So I'm gonna do this fast and sweet. So because of that test, I came in. I promise you, blood work back in the day was like a week to 2. I took blood work yesterday and came back with today. I read the results. It told me averages and these numbers, and I'm reading it. I'm not a doctor, and I'm seeing the numbers, and it's freaking me out. I told my doctor, it's like, just send me the pills, whatever I gotta take. Tell me what I need to take to get better. And I'm freaking out. I'm taking Kdiddavis to school. I'm kind of like, I'm not shaking, but I'm feeling nervous and all this stuff and getting anxiety. And I took Kdiddavis to school. I came home. I ate some food. I bought a sandwich, as I saw in the other video, and things like that, and kind of settled down. And I talked to my friend, and I was doing some work for my job. And then just a thing of peace came over me. And I'm here and I'm praying a little bit. Like you know, I'm not a deep prayer. Sometimes I have to do, like, you know, I guess surface level prayer where it's not good. It's better to get deep. But I just do a little, it's like something peace. Like peace just was on me, right? And something said to me, like, probably I read it wrong. Probably it's not that bad as I thought. I said, if I got over it and survived, it could be much more worse of things, because, you know. And then I got an email, because I get stuff in email. You can also go on a chart and then go on a chart. I went my email, and a person wrote to me saying my doctor's not there, but everything, kidneys, diabetes, all these things are normal. So apparently I'm reading the things wrong. I don't know what the hell I'm reading. They send me information and numbers and averages, and I'm like confused. The only thing is that I'm anemic, which I already knew I was anemic. They said a little anemic, not a lot. And they said tell me to take my multivitamins with iron in it, which is, I'm happy, I'm grateful. I'm just like, sometimes you stress over stuff you just don't even know the right answers for. And then, like, did I tell you that I text my doctor, I told him about the semi medicine. Like, oh, I'm just so happy this is over. And I don't gotta do another checkup for another year. So I'm good, and I feel like I need to just eat better and exercise more and get myself together. I've been losing a little bit of weight too, so it's kind of, you know, yeah, get it together. But guys, I'll talk to you after this, guys. Thank you for listening. Bye. Thank you for being my little journal, you know.